The flagship release for the UCC calendar has arrived. Can Topps set the benchmark for all their products going ahead under the UCC banner? Let's look into it, let's discuss, let's review it. Topps UCC flagship for the 25-26 season has finally hit the shelves. This sees the true beginning of Topps's UCC calendar for the 25-26 season. Now, as you may or may not know, UCC stands for the European club competitions that Topps has the licenses to. So that includes clubs from the Champions League, the Conference League, and the Europa League. As you can see on screen, there is the hobby box, and inside of it, you get 24 packs, 8 cards per pack. Inside the hobby box, you also get an extra packet, the silver packet, which is exclusive only to hobby boxes. You are guaranteed 1 auto or 1 relic, and you get 3 numbered parallels. The price of this is around 90 US, which is just under 200 Australian dollars. That's not a horrible price. It is on an entry point where a lot of people will be able to get access to if they want to, so that price is reasonable. There is one glaring issue though, even at that price, with this hobby box, you're not guaranteed an auto. You're guaranteed an auto or a relic. So even at that cost-effective price for many people, it's still not the best value. Hype for this product has been as you expect from Topps. They have been going out pushing this product as much as possible, so the hype train is in full force.
Okay, let's go.
As you can see on screen, there is your base card, and thankfully, we are away from what we saw last year. Now, if you might remember last year, at the very top, we had big, bold text saying the player's surname. So thankfully, that's been scrapped, and it definitely looks a lot cleaner this year. So there you go, there is your base card. As you can see on screen, there is one of your numbered parallels. This one is called Inferno. Not bad, quite like it. It's out of 25, but there we go. We're going to get parallels as we always do, and that one is titled Inferno, and it's out of 25. Inserts and case hits is what we always get, and here is one of the inserts titled Born Champ. There's your Harry Kane. Doesn't quite hit the mark for me, unfortunately. It looks very amateurish, which is a worrying thing for this release. While we're talking about inserts, here's another one. This is titled Roots, just the same as the last one. Not a fan of it. It is very amateurish, very childish, and just very lazy looking. Here we see Home Advantage, which is a insert / super short print. We did see this in the Premier League release from Topps earlier in the year. These have been a big success in Topps's other licenses like baseball, so these might catch on, but there you go, there's Home Advantage. Of course, Topps have to show us a Yamal auto, and that is what your Yamal auto is looking like, your 1/1 Superfractor. So there you go, definitely going to be a big chase card, and autos in general, as we know, are always a big chase. While we're talking about autos, there is the Ronaldinho, obviously part of a subset of autos with his number on the back. So there you go, Ronaldinho autos are included. We're also getting patch cards, and there will be probably patch autos. There you can see the premium class Haaland patch card. As I mentioned earlier about the hobby box, there is a special hobby box exclusive pack, which is going to include these kind of cards. This is the Ultimate Stage Cole Palmer, which is hobby box exclusive. Starting out, there is 200 cards in your base checklist, so 200 players. And by the look, a lot of parallels. They're really bolstering out the checklist here. A lot you can see on screen: neon colors, aqua colors, purples and blues, green, black and white, gold, orange, black, and 1/1s. Just off a quick count, that is 49, yes, 49 parallels. So this release is chock a fucking block.
Why? 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 Why?
So let's have a look who's in the base checklist. Cherky, Bellingham, Tillemans, Yamal, Saka, Jonathan David, Brennan Johnson, Camavinga, Savinho, Hugo Larson, Scott McTominay, Marcus Thuram, Morgan Gibbs-White, Mikey Moore, Barcola, Valverde, Reece James, Florian Wirtz, Van Dijk, Griezmann, Endrick, Alphonso Davies, Rafinha, Schlotterbeck, Foden, Tonali, Mbappe, Saliba, Guimaraes, Palmer, Bergval, Ollie Watkins, Luis Enrique, Frankie de Jong, Perisic, Solanke, Alistair Johnson, Lautaro Martinez, Anthony Gordon, Declan Rice, Vlahovic, Haaland, Harry Kane, João Pedro, Tavernier, Liam Delap, Gravenberch, Colwell, Pedri, and Kevin De Bruyne. So 200 names. It is a chock-a-block release. So there is a lot of base cards, and as we also saw, a lot of parallel variations. Next, we have the short print image variations. It's something that Topps like to do within the release of the base card. So all of these players will have different photography available, including Yamal, Jota, Mora, Mbappe, Salah, Martinez, and Haaland. Next, we get a super short print variation for 10 players as well. So these 10 also have a super short print, different photos again, and that's Yamal, Maradona, Willian, Messi, Mbappe, Del Piero, and Baggio, just to name a few. Next up is autographs. We get 83 players featured with a parallel variation breakdown. Not as many as the base cards, but still a few. And let's see who we get. So we got Antony, Griezmann, Brandt, Schweinsteiger, Seedorf, Declan Rice, Haaland, Ferran Torres, Harry Kane, Hugo Larson, Isco, Jamie Carragher, Frimpong, Bellingham, Adeyemi, Kaka, Colwell, Messi, Odegaard, Rodgers, Ake, Dembele, Paul Scholes, Raul, Ronaldo, Ruud Gullit, Lewandowski, Tonali, Savinho, Vinny Jr., Wayne Rooney, and Zidane. So as you can see, what Topps always do, now we're starting to see the legends. They've crept into the autographs, so don't be surprised if we see more and more of the legends in this release. So there we go. That is your base autograph checklist. Future Stars autographs, 7 players featured, and we get Endrick, Mikey Moore, and Mora, just to name a few. 1955 Topps autograph checklist. So these are a throwback classic look, apparently. Only a few parallel breakdowns and 40 players involved, including Del Piero, Seedorf, Haaland, Lampard, Torres, Bellingham, Messi, Samar, Neymar, Paul Gascoigne, Philip Lahm, Ryan Giggs, Thomas Muller, Van Basten, Vinny Jr., and Zlatan. Best of the best legendary numbers autograph checklist. We have 9 players. They're all foil fractors, 1/1s. They include Pirlo, Schweinsteiger, John Terry, Paul Scholes, Ronaldo, and Xavi Hernandez. It's not a Topps release without some marks of excellence included. These are all on card, as we know. We get 7 players with a few parallel breakdowns going from 99 to a 1/1. We get Del Piero, Seedorf, Lampard, Heung-min Son, Dennis Irwin, which is interesting to see, and Wayne Rooney, just to name a few. Next is Regency Chrome autographs. Not sure on the parallel breakdown at the moment, but there's 15 players featured, including Cole Palmer, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Yamal, and Tonali. Roots autograph checklist. There is 12 cards, all 1/1s, including Di Maria, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Musiala, Van Basten, Ronaldinho, and Virgil van Dijk. Dual autographs are featured. Teammates dual autographs, it's called. We have 5 of them. We've got a Jude and Vinny. We've got a Harry and a Musiala. Declan and Odegaard. Fernando Torres, Aguero, and Xavi and Iniesta. Ultimate Stage Chrome autograph checklist. 29 players featured. You either get an out of 5 or a 1 of 1. Here we go. Who do we get? Brennan Johnson, Declan Rice, Fernando Torres, Bellingham, Musiala, Zanetti, Bergvall, Yamal, Odegaard, Dembele, Lam, Ronaldinho, McKennie, and Zidane. Premium class autograph relic checklist is next. So we're getting relics, as we know. Unknown if it's a napkin patch or a player-worn, match-worn one. Most likely a napkin patch. We get everyone from Griezmann to Lampard to Bale to Yamal to Ballack to Ronaldinho. TOPPS Superstar Autograph Relics is next. 32 players featured. Guimaraes, Gakpo, Solanke, Camavinga, Bellingham, Kimmich, Lewis Hall, Marquinhos, Oscar Bob, Ruben Diaz, Virgil van Dijk. The UCL Milestone on-card auto relics. This will be interesting to know what it is. There's 3 of them. They're all Antoine Griezmann, and they're all foil fractors 1 of 1s. Premium class relics checklist is next. We get Griezmann. We've got a Haaland in there. We've got Bale, Musiala, Messi, Yamal, Foden, Ronaldinho, and Zidane. Starball commemorative relics checklist. These will be very popular, I suspect. 50 players featured, including Conor Gallagher, Cole Palmer, Haaland, Willian, Valverde, Martinelli, Jolinton, Musiala, Kang In Lee, Bergvall, Delap, Carl, Yamal, Mohamed Salah, Nico Williams, Phil Foden, Lewandowski, Vitinha, and Vinny Jr. TOPPS Superstar Relics checklist, 62 going on here. These will probably be more common because, as you can see, it's quite a big parallel breakdown. So you get Balde, Bacola, Brandt, Carter Vickers, Dumfries, Solanke, Nomweri, Ferran Torres, Ramos, Doku, Trippier, Cowell, Trossard, Yamal, Sabitzer, Oscar Bob, Olmo, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Savinho, Vitinha, and McKennie. There is going to be 19 gold-framed Messi anniversary sketch cards. 19, as I said, and all Messi. We're also getting TOPPS UCC sketch cards, 40 of them featured. This will be interesting. Who do we get to see? We got Pirlo, Palmer, Maradona, Beckenbauer, Kane, Kaka, Yamal, Thuram, Salah, Dembele, Paul Scholes, Heskey, Lewandowski, Baggio, Gerrard, Henry, and Wayne Rooney. Now time for case hits and inserts, and we start with the 8-bit shots checklist, 20 players featured. This is a very popular insert within baseball, so it's now making its way to us. And there is a parallel breakdown going from 99 to a 1 of 1, and let's see who we get. We get a Bale, a Haaland, a Neymar, a Zidane, a Drogba, Lars Ricken, Lewandowski, Jose Mourinho, Oliver Kahn, Yamal, and Lewandowski. Best of best legendary numbers checklist. There is 10 of them. There is a parallel breakdown. You get Ronaldo, Pirlo, Maldini, Scholes, Schweinsteiger, and Xavi, just to name a few. Born Champ is next. 15 players. Parallel breakdown from 99 to a 1 of 1. It includes Saka, João Pedro, Pedri, Harry Kane, Martinez, Lukaku, Vlahovic, and Tavernier. Epicenter is next, which includes a parallel 1 of 1 available. You've got Jolinton, Yamal, Vinny, Barella, Lukaku, Vitinha, Kevin De Bruyne, Bastoni, and Marmoush. Home pitch advantage, 30 featured. You have got parallels available. There's an out of 5 and a 1 of 1 for each player. Rafinha, Griezmann, Salah, Henry, Harry Kane, Philip Lahm, Barella, McTominay, and Job Bellingham. Hype checklist, there's only one, and it's Willian of Chelsea. Jigsaw is next, 5 players featured: Yamal, Vinny Jr., Harry Kane, Declan Rice, and Phil Foden. Mind Game insert is back, 15 players featured, including Pedri, Odegaard, Jude Bellingham, Musiala, and Diallo. Murals is next, 10 players: Yamal, Salah, Saka, Willian, and Messi. The next insert checklist we get is Regency Chrome, 25 players: Salah, Haaland, Marmoush, Yamal, Mbappe, Harry Kane, Martinez, McTominay, and Tavernier. Roots Bloody Roots is the next checklist. 20 players with a parallel breakdown from 99 to a 1 of 1. There's a Van Dijk, there's a Heung-min Son, there is a Phil Foden, there's a Musiala, a Harry Kane, a Ronaldinho, a Thierry Henry, and a Zanetti. The Grail this year is Zlatan of AC Milan. Trophy chasers, there's 35 of them. A parallel breakdown here as well. Kai Havertz, James Maddison, Endrick, Alphonso Davies, Hugo Larsson, McKennie, Alistair Johnson, Andy Robertson, Vinny Jr., and Pablo Garcia. Last but not least is the Ultimate Stage Chrome checklist. These look like they'll be very common because you got a parallel breakdown going from 199 to a 1 of 1. 50 players in this one, so this is going to be reasonably sized. Virgil van Dijk, Fernando Torres, Odegaard, Haaland, Marmoush, Delap, Bergval, Yamal, Ronaldinho, Bellingham, Griezmann, Musiala, Philip Lahm, Zanetti, McTominay, and Kevin De Bruyne. So what we do here is we give you a rating out of 5 for the product. But before we do, we give 3 reasons for that score. Reason number 1, thank fuck there's been a design change from last year's release. Last year looked messy and unnecessary with the bold, over-the-top text of the player's surname at the top of the card. It was distracting, it was messy, it was just not a good look. Thankfully, the design is gone from last year. They reverted back to the simple, yet classy, yet beautiful look, and it just hits right.
People will do anything for a beautiful person.
Yeah, come to think of it.
Hi, I'm on a scavenger hunt, and I need a human foot.
Well, as a rule, I would say no, but okay, come in. So this is what? This is for like a school project?
Reason number 2. The inserts and case hits are quite questionable. For some reason, Topps are showing us that when it comes to the soccer releases, they don't know how to do a case hit or an insert. It's not their strong suit when it comes to soccer. If they would spend just a fraction more energy on them, I think that'd be something worth chasing and something worth collecting. Instead, what we get is something that's lazy, childish looking, and just utterly confusing. Why would anyone want these inserts?
Wow, that girl's hot.
That's a guy.
That other guy's handsome.
That's a girl.
That cat is cute.
That's a dog.
What is everything?
Reason number 3. This checklist is fucking bloated. Way too many parallels. There is fucking 49 parallels for each base card, and there's 200 base cards. That is insane. Overall, the checklist could have been trimmed down a bit, more quality rather than quantity. With this release, Topps are doing their very darndest to bring back and usher in the next era of junk wax, because a lot of these cards in the long run is just going to be trash, just going to be garbage.
Now remember, there are no rules about who can wear stretch pants here, so you're going to see some pretty shocking things.
Brian, is this our vacation?
Yeah,
Oh. Are we trash?
kinda.
Oh.
So what do we give it out of 5? It's got to be 3.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
While it's quite exciting to see a new product from Topps that has an entry point that can be achieved by pretty much anyone in the community if they wish to, this product, when opened privately or through breaks, you're going to get so much base. You're going to end up with so many cards that have no value, whether that's resale or for your collection. Yes, there will be some big cards to chase within this, like Messi autos and Yamal autos, but the return on investment just isn't there. It never will be there with a checklist so bloated and a print run so big. Being their flagship UCC release for the 25-26 season means it's the beginning of the UCC product line for the year ahead. Hopefully, this release is just Topps getting out of the starting blocks a little bit slow, and hopefully it improves as time goes on. But this release, just be very wary of it and be very selective of what you actually want, because a lot of this isn't worth it. As I always say, collect smart, collect with your heart, collect smarter, not harder. So what do you think of Topps UCC flagship for the 25-26 season? You a fan? You're not a fan? Is there any of that checklist you're really excited to get hold of? Or is this something you're not going to bother and you're just going to skip altogether? I love to hear from you guys as always. Sound off in those comments down below. This has been Totally Football Cards. My name's Jeremy. Yeah, buddy.
Let's get it.